So this was a video I wasn't actually going to make, but then I just decided, fuck, I might as well. So as a Tony Ferguson fan, I picked Paddy Pimblett. Uh, and he won, like everyone expected. Tony loses again. He's now on a 7 fight losing streak. Uh, it's rough, man. It's rough to be a Tony Ferguson fan in 2023, and I don't think he's going to retire. I don't think he's going to quit like that. I think he's going to come back again. Dana White says he should retire. I do agree, but if Tony wants to keep fighting, then fucking Tony can keep fighting. But like, man, it's getting rough to watch. Like, Tony in his prime would have fucking destroyed Paddy Pimblett. Like, he really would have. That wouldn't have been close in his prime. He got like, Jesus Christ. So I will say Tony was doing alright in the first round. He was landing some big shots, mixing to the body, kicking to his leg. Like, obviously, you could tell he's still past his prime, but he was looking okay. It was a step down in competition against Paddy Pimblett, but he just doesn't look like himself anymore, does he? Like, it's so obvious. But he was doing good, but then he gets tagged with a bunch of shots. Paddy Pimblett did like a sort of similar, had a similar performance, like sequence, I should say. There was a bit of a similar sequence to his finish over Luigi Vengermini. He rocked Tony, was rocking him with big shots, and then threw a flying knee, drops Tony Ferguson. Looks like he's about to get a finish. Gets his back, is punching him, going for submissions, but Tony survives. Then in the second round, Tony's doing really good. He actually is. He's looking a bit better on the feet. He's landing some good shots. And I think he goes for a knee or something, but he falls over and he lands on his back. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, he was doing so good. He was generally doing really good. And then he lands on his back and it's like, oh, fuck. Well, he's not getting up. Like, one thing about Tony Ferguson, he can't get back up. Once he gets taken down, that's it. You've got him down. He's not getting back up. I will say, though, he was landing some good elbows on Paddy Pimblett. I don't know if it was the first or second round, but he landed some really good elbows. Actually busted up Paddy Pimblett's nose really badly. Like, Paddy Pimblett looked fucking busted up. He was pissing out blood out of his nose, which was really cool to see from Tony Ferguson. Shades of vintage Tony Ferguson, but obviously not really. But, he was doing good before he fell on his ass. He gets taken down. Paddy Pimblett just sort of wet blankets him in the second round, lands some pitter-patter shots. He's landed some big shots here and then. It wasn't like a complete wet blanket. Like, it was sort of entertaining. Just lands big shot after big shot. Then the third round, Paddy Pimblett is exhausted. He's actually like completely out of it. No, not out of it, but you can tell he's really breathing heavy. Like, you can tell the man's gassing. Tony Ferguson comes at him. He's landing some big shots, looking like he's about to break him. He's landing big shot after big shot. Paddy Pimblett leaves that chin out there. I guess I was a bit wrong about his chin because he took some big shots from Tony, and Tony is actually a pretty hard hitter. So I guess his chin really is as good as as good as he says. I'm a scouser lad. I don't get knocked out, as he says. Like, he generally took some bombs from Tony Ferguson, and Tony Ferguson is a hard hitter, so that was generally really good from Paddy Pimblett. I mean, not good defensively, but good that, we know that he has a good chin. Like, I thought it might be a bit overrated. People were saying he has a great chin because of the Jared Gordon fight, but Jared Gordon's not a hard hitter. But I think we know now, he's definitely got a good chin. But yeah, Tony's like beating him up a bit on the ground, on the feet, sorry. And I think Paddy goes for a takedown, and I can't remember if he actually gets the takedown or not. But Tony ends up on his back, and then that's just it. Once Tony ends up on his back, that's it. He just gets fucking played around with, hits him a little bit. That's it. Like, literally, that's it. Like I say, as soon as Paddy gets Tony on his back, it's just that's it. Tony doesn't have the ability to get back up anymore. His strength is gone. It's like he doesn't actually have the strength to get back up, so he sort of just has to play offense off his back. And now Tony Ferguson has a loss to Paddy Pimblett, and he's probably going to keep fighting, so the pain continues as a Tony Ferguson fan, but we'll see what he does next. Who knows? Maybe Tony Ferguson turns it around. I doubt it. 7 fights in a row. He's 39 years old. It's not fucking nice, is it? But still, respect to Paddy Pimblett. He gets it done here. David Goggins did nothing in that first round. Like, in the corner, he said nothing. He just stood there not saying anything. Like, I thought this guy was meant to really like hype him up, but like, David Goggins didn't add anything at all. Like, I didn't expect him to like Jesus, why'd I say that like that? I didn't expect him to, go in there and give some crazy advice or anything, but I thought he would. I thought he'd be able to help a little bit, but like he didn't offer anything. Of like he didn't. I didn't expect him to give technical advice, but I thought he'd like hype him up, like, "Come on, Tony, this is what you've been training for, burn the fucking boats, Tony." But no, just nothing at all. He didn't. Second round, I guess he was a bit more fiery, but like I was expecting like some crazy fucking advice, but we didn't really get anything at all, which was pretty disappointing to see. But what were we expecting? I guess. But yeah, that's it. That's another Tony loss, unfortunately for Tony. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe he can beat. You got to give him the worst guy. Do Tony Ferguson versus Anshul Jubilee or something like that. Like, surely that's a fight Tony Ferguson can win at this point. If he doesn't, just Jesus Christ, and just fucking pack it up, mate. Like, God. But still, good performance from Paddy Pimblett. Still doesn't really build any hype off that. It was a wash, Tony Ferguson, and even then, he was sort of making it somewhat competitive, but still clearly loses. That's 7 fights in a row. And yes, that's 7 losses in a row for Tony Ferguson, which is rough. Crazy. From a 12-fight winning streak to 7 losses in a row. But maybe they make Paddy Pimblett ranked after that. Who knows? For who Paddy Pimblett should fight next, maybe Matt Frivola. He's a fringe top 15 guy. Maybe Bobby Green. He's coming off a pretty brutal loss, so maybe they want to try and build Paddy Pimblett up with Bobby Green. Fucking the corpse of him after what Jalen Turner did to him. Who knows? Because they're going to try and give him winnable matchups. So we'll see what they do for Paddy next. But still, really good performance here. Yeah, but sad. Just a sad fight, man. It's so sad to see Tony fall. Every single fight gets more and more depressing. But still, he wants to fight, so that's up to him. He's a grown-ass man. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like. Let me know your thoughts on Paddy Pimblett's performance. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Thanks for watching.